All right guys, today we are going to be changing a 3-stage sediment filter. We have 20 micron, 10 and 5 filters in each. Here are the replacement filters. Hasn't been replaced in about 8 months. What you're going to need is the wrench to loosen each of the canisters. There's some lubricant to put on the rubber washers, and then extra rubber washers in case any of them are damaged or deteriorating at all. Also going to need paper towels and a bin for water and to drop the used filters into. Basically the way it works, water goes in on this side, down through each of these, and then out on this side and then into the house. Here we have a release valve. If I push that now, water will come out. Oh, just as a quick note, I had a technician here looking at something else, and I asked what it would cost to get them to replace the filters. It's $100 for the visit and $50 per, and that's including the labor and the filters. I'll put links to the filters, to everything seen here, in the description below for more information if you want to check that out. Okay, so first step, shut the water off. Coming back, I don't have a bypass loop here, so I just had to shut off the water to the entire house. Off, release pressure. Hold it from the bottom to support the weight, and spin it with the other hand to loosen it and to eventually have it come off. Okay, that actually isn't too bad. I'm still going to replace it since it's been a while. Let's get this cleaned up and I'll show you how that's done. Take the rubber seal out and then just pass it through paper towel, and you'll see the dirt that comes off of it, and you can feel the old lubricant on it. Just going to clean up the lubricant around the top where the washer goes, or the seal, the O-ring, and then take a couple of paper towels and just give it a clean out inside. It's also a good idea to check up here and give it a quick wipe out with a cloth. It's a paper towel. It's actually pretty clean, but we'll see how dirty the other ones are once we get to it. There's a little knob in the bottom of the container, and that fits perfectly for the hole right here. You can feel it slides down on top of it. And next we're going to get the O-ring ready. That lubricant is food safe, so no worries about it if you put on a little bit too much. And it should fit perfectly down into the groove. If it doesn't, that's an issue, because then it won't seal properly. Now we're going to hand tighten the canister. No need to make it super tight, just hand tight is fine. Okay, let's carry on with the 10 micron. If you see any stragglers like this, do pick them off, otherwise they could end up going through your pipes and then stuck in the screens or the filters in your faucets or any of your appliances. At this point, I like to dry off the canisters because if there happens to be a small leak, I can easily identify it and not wonder if it's water from before compared to water from this new leak. So before we turn the water back on, I just want to grab a paper towel and I'll show you how dirty these are. So obviously this one here is quite clean. This one here is the 10, and pretty gross, mostly just rust from within the water. And this is the 20, the first filter, and it's just, there's no consistency to it. It just feels like water. It's not sticky. But check this out, just rust and sediment from the water. So obviously I'm on a well here. There's a lot of sediment in the water, a lot of rust, and it was definitely required because the water in the toilets and the bathtub was always a little bit yellow. Once I installed this 3-stage, no problems. Also, it helps the appliances last longer. It's better on the dechlorinizer, and it's better on the softener and the reverse osmosis system. So overall, definitely worth its money. So the next step for me is to turn the water back on. What you want to do is start with the water going in. You'll hear each of the canisters fill up and there will be a lot of air pressure inside. I'm not going to turn this one back on because if I do, it'll release all that air into the pipes. What I will do is release the air using this pressure valve right here. So let's get started and have a listen. See the water meter slowing down now that the canisters are full. And obviously there's a lot of air in here. This is a good indication right now of listening for leaks and checking for leaks. I don't see anything. I think that's old water, I hope. But now what we'll do is release the air out. I'm putting my hand over it like that to keep me from getting wet. Normally when I do this, I don't get so much water coming out. I think next time I won't fill the canisters up quite as much before I release the air. So we were able to eliminate a little bit of the air from the system here. So let's go ahead and get the water turned back on to the rest of the house. All right, guys, there you have it. That's how you save a bunch of money by changing your 3-stage sediment filters yourself. Thanks for watching.